start say, God, me, I no get list though. I bet. Strike one. Okay, number two, come.
So I was like, okay, that's all the list. Then I think there was one other one too that happened. But that one was okay. I got to know that the person who actually took my name to my pastor was someone I knew. Like he comes to my house, like it was someone I knew. But how he was the one who told me finally that he was the one who took my name and all of that, and that um and funny enough, I've had this discussion with the person during NYSC, but the way he presented the issue, right, it was like it was another sister, not knowing that it was me. I was
Over my
so
disguise. Strike two. Out.
do you understand? So and I was just lucky enough to have just said something good about the sister.
Wow.
So if I pray back prayer, now so the prayer will come on top of my head. So then when he got back to me and told me that finally he has found someone and all like that. So we moved for him.
Out. Strike two.
So gone. So we're like there are not really two on the list. For one, I just knew that he did a test and it was AS, I'm AS. So my pastor just advised me.
Strike three. Out.
I'm telling you.
Four.
Sister.
Next.
So he was not remembering this one person. And that person I've had my mind on for a very long time, like for years. So, but somehow I found a way to detach myself. Do you understand that? By the time the person gave me the news of his own marriage, I felt free. I felt free, like a burden has been lifted.
So that one went to marry another person.
Yes.
Okay.
So
your list is like gone.
So, but at this time, I then started praying to God, please give me the name of my husband. And he actually did. I think that was the year he actually had accident. Yeah, he had accident. The beginning of the year, he gave me a word, and that was Matthew chapter 1 verse 1. So the name was the word came as a promise to me, right? So who does not know Matthew 1:21? How you go to children's church, you don't know Matthew 1. You don't know Matthew 1:21. So everybody knew it, but that year it was different, right? It was actually different, right? The understanding of the word was different. So but me, I just kept on praying, and he was already a friend, and we're supposed to do something together, but it didn't happen. And that was how I got a call that I had a very fatal accident. By the time I traveled, by the time I came back, I was sick. I couldn't go to the hospital to see you. And I also learned that period, that was the period I learned how, even if you don't have money, you can also be valuable to your friends. Right. So I was not working. Even though I was working, I was doing 2 schools at the same time, and I was not even earning up to, but I was earning up to 20K or 22K. Do you understand? And I was sitting at 2 schools at the same time. Right. So I bet the money. I didn't have money. Right. I didn't have money to say.
Silver and gold, you had none. But that which you had, you brought.
I gave it out. So and I decided to think, okay, I reached out to my friends and I asked for their prayer point, and I prayed for them. I had a list of people I was praying for with her prayer point and all of that. So
Debbie, you never asked me for prayer points. You don't love me. You don't. I know now. I'm not in the list of your friends. No problem. Continue. Just continue.
I actually need to revive that. I actually stopped, but I need to revive it. So I just thought of what I could do. I couldn't go to the hospital. I can't, because even my parents, if I say I want to go, what do you want to go and do in the hospital? You want to go and sit down here. Right? And I didn't know it's family. So I couldn't just really go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Right? And I was even now sick. So I just said, okay, if I can't go, at least I can pray. And I can call. Then text message. So I was doing that as much as I could. And the first time I saw him in the hospital, the state was very, like, you will cry.
Are you serious?
Do you understand? So, and this is not a place where you can come and visit. They have 15 hours. So once the time everybody is gone, it's practically alone. Do you understand? Like, practically alone. So I just, like, kind of put myself in that in the shoes, right? The state that I found him. So I ensured that I tried to call, and then I read the word of the Bible as a form of encouragement because I don't give you money, I don't bring gifts, I don't issue you, now only God have you. So let us be giving you the thing that we can give. So that was what I first carried, right? And I was able to sustain it for a very long time before you left. Not like all the days of yours that it was still, but I sustained it for
But
a
you were
very
consistent.
yeah, I was consistent.
Mr. Mano, when you left the hospital and then your major outing, you went to the MC and all. What if she said no? Did you have any thought like that? Because I don't know, you people have just been friends, but not like on a deeper level, you understand? So it wasn't something that maybe you knew, okay, this person, she's the one, she's the one. What if you had gone to the MC? Did you even know if she was in a relationship or not? Or you just went by faith?
So I really didn't know it was in a relationship, right? And maybe that was one of the reasons why I thought, yeah, you have to have in the past.
Yeah. You have to act fast.
So about what would have happened if you had said no. I haven't really thought about it, but I just feel like life itself is a mix, right? And if you are convinced about something, just go for it. Like if you are really convinced.
Where is my pen and paper? I need to be jotting things down. When you are convinced about something, make a move.
You know that the other person I had in mind, I had this person in mind for a number of months or even years. And I felt I was in love with her. I felt, we could be together, but I was not like very convinced. I didn't have that 100% peace of mind. Even though I knew, okay, she's a good friend, we vibe together, we talk, we call, but there was something that was like just for a bit. But when it was a Dora, it didn't take months to do it. And personally, I've grown up to know God speaks in different ways. One way God speaks to me is peace of mind. Right? So I try time test, try to hold on, try to relax. And I just had this, she's the one. So what's man looking for, right? Try move ahead and take the next step. So if she has said no, anyway, when I proposed to her eventually, it took a number of days to get back to me. And that was like my longest period. I'm waiting for something.
How long?
It was just maybe a week or 2 weeks.
It was like 10 days.
Mr. Emmanuel, 10 days.
How long is that?
It was January 15 to January 25. 10 days.
But there's some sisters that actually keep some brothers for like 2 years praying.
Wow.
Like, I'm telling you, you're praying.
I can't even do that.
1 year, they are still praying. I don't know the kind of prayer they're praying. Maybe their own God. If something is in his ears, you are praying to God for how many years? Let me not say anything. Wow. Okay. So you proposed and then she gave you a yes. Let me you save 10 days. 10 days, sharp. Yeah, that means you had been waiting. You have been saying, You have been saying, is this brother not even noticing me? Is it not just
like I said, before he went to the MC, me, I already knew. So I'd already gotten his name at the beginning of the year. Right? So, but I didn't see it as anything. So it was already because of, I think the accident issue, the accident that happened that period.
Opened up a lot.
Yes. So also helped confirm a lot of things that period. So by 2017 December, right? So I got confirmation. I think during the Easter retreat period. No, not during the Easter retreat period. I got the word at the beginning of the year, so I just held on to it and I kept on doing my own prayers and all that. So, but by December, right, I got confirmation of the name, right? So what I was doing then was, and funny enough, when I got confirmation of the name, that's how some of my other friends that their middle name was Emmanuel was coming up.
Hey, may we not be confused though? You know what the thing about honestly. Hey,
one brother that I knew with a particular name, that period I got to know his middle name was Emmanuel. When
You will not be like, God, I bet, is it this one? Is it this one you've been talking about?
So when I went for December retreat, it was like I was getting confirmation from day one to the last
Wow.
of the name. Like the name was just the name. And the way the name will be emphasized in that retreat, I can never forget that December retreat.
It does not look like that's the only thing you are hearing.
Do you understand? In fact, the last message for that December retreat was Emmanuel. That was the last
Wow.
message. 2017 December, Emmanuel. That was the last message that we listened to. That was the title.
Can you imagine? Now, Pastor mounted the pulpit and he's preaching. We were listening to preaching and we were blessed. Somebody is getting confirmation for husband. This life no balance. And God does work in mysterious ways.
Yeah. So for me, there was no point wasting time when it came. Though I told my parents wanted me to wait, pray, and they wanted me to tell them before I give him a yes. For me, I gave him a yes before I told them that I gave him a yes.
Until no, they waste time.
So
wow.
So it was the reason why I didn't stay long was because I already knew. So there was no point in getting and I was ready. So
this is such a journey. Thank you for taking us through that. I just want to bring out from here, for those of us who grew up in deeper life or who have this DL background and all, somehow the will of God in marriage has been painted to us like a very hard thing. Honestly, when I hear ladies talk about it, people will say, I'm praying for the will of God, I'm praying for the will of God, and they take it like it is so hard. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not as hard as you think. See an example. WhatsApp YPF. I will not forget. That's what the title of this video will be. Hey, you can meet your wife anywhere. You can meet your husband anywhere. And those of you that will meet people online and you'll be abusing them, you don't even know them. They will say hi to you. You will say, what can I do for you? Anyway, meet some kitty of it. God, I beg. It should not be like, maybe I will abuse my husband one day online. But honestly, I just want us to be open to God, open to what God is doing with you and how God is leading you and how God is speaking to you and how God is pointing you in a particular direction. Like, this is what I want you to do. Go this way. Don't be struggling to say you are rigid. You have to dream dreams. Some people, if they've not dreamt dreams, God has not spoken to them. Even if God wants to use other means, to talk to them, even if God wants to explain some things to them in other means, they just feel like, this is what we have learned. This is what we have been taught. And then it has to be it. So let's talk about, the marriage journey. How has it been so far? How long have you been married for?
3 years.
I think we are going to 4 years now.
Wow, on a journey to 4 years. How has it been, for the last 3+ years? Just talk to us about, how married life has been. How have you been able to settle your differences? Because I know that, yes, there definitely would have been probably, 1 or 2 differences. How are you able to settle differences? What do you do when you probably don't, want to go in the same direction? You know what I'm saying? Where I have an idea and then you have an idea and it's not like my idea is different from yours or my opinion is different from yours. How are you able to come over that and then meet at a point or reach an agreement very quickly before we call it a day?
Okay, maybe I should go first, right? Okay. And the fact is, maybe there is no part and pass through to this thing. But there's one thing that always stands out. You have to be intentional about your marriage working.
That's right.
If you see 2 people having a good relationship, right? So let me take it back a bit. Do you know that there are people who had arranged marriages, but they lived well? I mean, it's not the best. I don't encourage it. I don't wish that for anyone. But you can be intentional about your wedding or your marriage life itself, right? Such that you want to live with this person in peace. There are times where you have a boss that you do not love or you cannot vibe with, and I mean, you have to work with this person. Right. But now, imagine where you love the person, you're happy to be with this person, she's the lady of your dreams, right? It makes it a lot easier. Even though there will be times where there will be disagreements, there will be, times where you may not agree with her, she may not agree with you. But I won't go into details, but I will say that the first thing is be intentional, right? You've lived all your life as a different person, grown up in a different background, the way your parents trained you, the way you viewed life. On her own end, she's lived a life in a different home, maybe in a different city, different background. So both of you now, and all of the times you're cutting, you're seeing the best of yourselves. So now you're in the same trouser, in the same room, in the same house, in the same situation, right? Getting to meet each other very closely. So my key word is you have to be very intentional. You have to be willing to refresh your love. Today, for example, I took her out, right? Yeah. And it was
oh.
Yeah, so
I don't know how I'm feeling.
I don't know to say that right. But I mean, yeah, so
no, it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah, so my last thought is that one thing about friendship is that there is a tendency to maximize the 10% or 5% thing you do not like over the 95% bliss and fun and love and attention. Right? Even if you look at families where they finally have issues or the divorce, it may be one little issue that they escalate.
That's right.
So I learned sometime last year that for any form of relationship, maximize that 90%, that's 95%. Because there will always be a 5% or maybe a 3%, or maybe even a 10% you don't like. But imagine if you have 90% over 10%, you are doing well. So you must find a way to always refresh that 90% in your relationship and you'll be good.
Thank you, Debbie. Over to you. And I think, Debbie, I want you to also address the part of physical features. Please permit me to say this. How were you able to take it off your mind? I mean, we laughed about it, but this is one way. This is how some ladies or even men miss their partners. Oh, she's too fat. Oh, it's too short. Oh, I don't like her complexion. What's the place of physical, features or physical attraction in the place of doing God's will in marriage?
Okay, so I think, I'm one of those things that when they told that you can always do the way you want to.
Hey, you want to kiss? Debbie.
You stress like this. I know when you take pictures. So I think I'm one of those things that wanted that. But early enough, I was able to read everything to God. As much as I wanted, I knew what I wanted. I had maybe specifications and all that. But yet I was bent on whatever it is your will. I was ready to give up whatever thing I was holding on. So I think I settled that early enough, even before I met him. You understand? And then one thing I also said to myself was, she might not be as tall as I am, or I'm taller than him, right? But in value, in wisdom, he's way taller than me.
Yeah.
So
that one is deep.
I looked beyond the physical. I replaced what it was that attracted me, and that attracted him to me as the priority, right? So that replaced the height and everything for me. So I don't even see him as someone that is
the funny thing, if not because you are saying it, I mean, I've seen your pictures together. Debbie, you are not tall, though. It's not like you are tall like that. You're not tall like that. I've seen your pictures together. It's just like small inches. Or maybe when you wear high heels. So what is now the I think that what I'm going to be taking away from what you have said here is, what are your priorities as a lady? See, if your priority as a lady or a guy is to do the will of God, to follow God, though, I'm not talking to those who want to do their own will and go their own way. If your priority is to say, God, I'm going to go where you are sending me, I'm going to do what you are asking me to do, I think that you will actually get to a time where you have to compromise on some of those things that are like idols. You know how we say it? Those things that you have even exalted, like, oh, hi, it has to have a Toyota Camry 2021 version. Truth is, those things do not matter when it comes to this. No, I'm not saying that they're not good. Please don't quote me. I'm not saying they're not good. It's good for you to have, You want to marry, yes, no, nobody wants to marry a pauper. You want to marry a rich man, you want to marry somebody who is tall, you want to marry somebody who is fair, you want to marry somebody who is, six pack. But I'm just saying that when you place these things on the table, is it worth letting go of that person? You see? Is it worth letting go? So when somebody asks you tomorrow, why did you not marry that person? Oh, because it's dark in complexion. Does that even make sense? Like, yeah, so thank you so much for stressing that. So summarize for us, for about to be 4 years in marriage, what advice would you want to give to single ladies or single guys, about the words and all that? What are the things you would like to tell them that this marriage, or this is how it is, or this is how it has been working for us?
Okay, so I think I will go back to when we're in courtship. We made like a pact, or like an agreement that our home is founded on Jesus Christ, and our home is the home of grace and praise, right? So we even wrote it down. So it always rings a bell every time, even though there's an argument or there's a misunderstanding, and we have to come together to talk about. So for me, the end goal for me always is we have a home that's built on the foundation of Jesus Christ, and that our home is the home of grace and praise, and that this home is for Jesus and Jesus alone. Whether we argue, we disagree, we're unhappy about something, or we are not each other, we come together, and settle and know where we stand. So for me, it is the end goal in mind before I even take an action. Recently, we had a conversation, and it was a difficult conversation. I was unhappy. I was hot about something. I was unhappy about it. But before I go to him, and I was giving attitude. So my giving attitude,
as usual, women and attitude 5 and 6.
So I was giving attitude actually was on purpose to pass a message that I was really happy about him, and I wanted him to say, okay, what's the issue, right? So it took like maybe 2 days before he could actually know that I was giving attitude.
Mr. Amanda, I like you, Jare. You know it was sense. If you want to give me attitude, you cannot be your words and talk.
So it was not like, wow, we are just cool like that. So you're just so I said, okay, what's the issue? I think I can't be doing it here because I was actually doing something when he found out. So I said, okay, we'll have a conversation. And before I had that conversation, I had to ask myself, why am I having this conversation? What's like, is it for us to argue for that, or to be exchanging, defending who is right or who is not right, or something like that? So I went into that conversation with the mind that, okay, I'm not ready to defend myself, even though I'm hot. Obviously, for me to be hot, or for him not to maybe have noticed or something, then maybe there's something I should come from a perspective of, there's something I'm doing that I'm not supposed to do. There's something I'm supposed to do that I'm not doing. Do you understand? So we had that conversation. At first, the conversation was going in a very scary way. I was scared because the direction it was not going to money.
This is not where I thought you wanted. This was not my intention at all.
So it took me back. I remember where we're coming from. This is not what we talked about in our courtship, and this was what we agreed on. So I kind of brought it back and reminded ourselves. At the point he came to a decision, but before we ended that conversation, we cancelled that decision because we have to go back to where we're coming from and what we're trying to achieve. And we settled amicably what I'm supposed to work on. I agreed to work on it. Do you understand? And then he agreed to do his own part too. So yes, there will be disagreement. There will be disagreement. In fact, some things like he was telling me while we were having a conversation, I was just shocked, like, me. Do you understand? So for me, it was strength. But in the marriage, it was weakness. Do you understand? So it was my own strength, but in the marriage and for our marriage to grow, it was the weakness for me. So I just got to know. I didn't know.
Wow. You'll be like, this is a discovery. Wow.
That. And then the point is, for every year, you get to discover yourselves more. So you have to be open to listen to one another, open to have difficult conversations. Don't run away from difficult conversations. So you think, I always like to, I think I developed that when I was in secondary school. Anything that will cause issue, I don't like to get there. In my mind, I've already had conversations. Okay, can I do without this? Can I do without that? Can I? There are alternative. So you will just see me as maybe I'm like one strong woman like that. I like to be independent. In fact, my husband was like that conversation. I knew they are independent. So, but in this marriage, they don't like independent, right? They don't like independent because like you are serving each other. Like you have to be there for each other. Do you understand? So you have to make yourself available for the other person. You can't be forming I'm independent. If you're independent outside, other things. But in your marriage, in your home, like you can't be independent of each other. If not, you turn to like host
everybody be doing their own thing.
You do your own thing, play your part, I play your part. You understand? So, but that's not the kind of marriage that we want. And I'm so happy that we were clear about that. We had clarity about that from the beginning. Because if we didn't have clarity about that from the beginning, what we had at the point of the conversation, the decision that we made at the beginning, I think we can just talk to it. But because we feel that it's not going to work, it's what we're trying to do. So we have to cancel it. So you have to have clarity. And for you to keep going on, have the end goal in mind. So you have to be clear about the end goal. What you want to end goal in marriage. Yeah.
Woo! Thank you so much. Wow. Honestly, there's just so much nuggets to take away from this. I mean, even me, I'm learning. Hey, some people did not know that even all these interviews, I'm even using it for myself too. Because me too, one the ones I'll soon get there. Hey, thank you so much. Mr. Emmanuel, I want you to drop one word, just one word for fellow brothers. Those ones that don't like to take action. Give them a piece of advice. Advise the brothers. Let's hear from your perspective and then we'll call it a day.
So all of you guys, coming hard guy or busy guy, or I still have time. Act now because all you know it's somebody if person not gonna marry your wife. So as far as you have peace of mind, just go ahead and do what you have to do. You're very happy to the decision.
You have heard it. He has said it all. Those of you that are still lagging behind, withdrawing. Act now. Don't say we did not tell you. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs Olujobi. It's honestly been an amazing time talking to you. I appreciate your sacrifice. I appreciate your time. I am so grateful. Thank you. I need to say special thank you to Anneli. Anneli, you did not cry. Anneli, I love you. Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Bye, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ooh, oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, that was such a ride. I honestly totally enjoyed it. I don't even know how long I've spent in this interview, but I love it. I love the wholesome conversation. Do you understand? Like, I love it. Wow, so much to learn. So much to unpack. You know what Deborah was mentioning that what's the end goal for you? Okay, you're getting into marriage, you're getting into relationship. You know, there are actually some people that even before they get married, divorce is an option for them. Do you understand? I've met people like that who will say that if he does anything, if he misbehaves, if he tries to do anything, I'm just going to leave him. That's already your mindset. That's already, that's already what I don't know how to explain this thing, but I pray that the Lord is going to help you. Especially those of you who are still single. What am I saying, those of you? Please, I'm not married. Those of us who are still single. I don't want to say this coming to my mind. Those of us who are still single, I pray that God is going to help us, to make the right choice. I pray that, all of those things we are hearing, we're learning is going to be for, to our own advantage. And our home will be homes that is built on Christ as Savior. Our homes will be home that's going to bring glory to, God, and we will not miss it. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. It's honestly been an amazing time sharing my time with you this evening, and also you two sharing your time with me. I really do appreciate. It's really like late in the night for me, and I really like to call it a day. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Hey, I did not welcome my new subscriber. Hey! Hey! How? How did I not welcome my new subscribers? Where is my microphone? Let me use my phone to do microphone. You are welcome in the name of the Lord. Hey, hey, you are welcome in the name of the Lord. We love you. Thank you so much for coming. I'm sorry I didn't welcome you from the beginning, but I'm sorry. Thank you for coming. I hope that you enjoy, this episode. I hope that you learned something. Do invite your friends. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and of course, drop a word of prayer for Mr. and Mrs. Olujobi. God bless you. To have a lovely day, to have a lovely morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you are watching this. All right. I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.